Are you feeling some stress? Of course you are. We all feel stress. I have felt stress. You have felt stress. Stress isn't something that we all are trying to avoid in our life, but what we're trying to do is when we reach those stressful situations in our lives, how do we handle them? How do we master our stress? How do we master our health and our mindset? And that is what I'm going to teach you today. Hi, my name is Carla Corona, and I am a National Certified Health Coach and Behavior Change Specialist. In today's lesson, we're going to go over 5 steps that will help you instantly calm yourself when those stressful situations hit. Now, why do we need to know this? Because when stress hits, our bodies tend to, or they don't tend to, they do go into autopilot, meaning we handle stress in a habit that we once had. So if we were younger, our parents taught us to handle stress by screaming in a pillow, then we screamed in a pillow. If they taught us to go out and eat to handle stress, then most likely we go out to eat when we handle stress. So our stresses, our coping mechanisms for stress are usually learned behaviors, whether they were taught by the community, our family, wherever we were at, and then also coping mechanisms we developed on our own that started getting repetitive. And some may be healthy behaviors that we choose, some may be not so healthy behaviors that we choose. And today's coping skills are not to judge you, but to become aware of the healthy coping mechanisms that help you become productive and help you feel better versus the non-healthy coping skills, which sometimes leads to unproductivity and making you feel worse. So most of us have a balance of probably 50-50. I have really healthy coping mechanisms or coping skills when I get through stress, and I have some not so healthy ones. But today's lesson is about bringing awareness and to what I always like to say, and that's a part of my mantra, is to master your health. So what we want to do is become aware, what are the good habits, what are the quote bad habits, and increase the good habits and decrease the bad habits so we can master your health. And that way our go-to coping skills are the healthy ones, and then the not so healthy ones start to diminish. So here we go. Take out a piece of paper if you need to, and we're going to go through these 5 steps. Step number one is to acknowledge that you are stressed in the first place. Sometimes we tend to not allow ourselves to feel it, not allow ourselves to admit it to ourselves or to others being our coworkers or our friends and family that are close to us. We don't want to admit it because we are taught to push through and keep going. And then when that happens, the stress levels maybe are here and they start to lift up because there's been no pressure release. So you feel like you go from a 1 to a 10 real quick when actually you were building up, and then maybe something just hit and you lost and the gasket blew off, right? And I know we've probably all been there. So the first step is to say, whoa, hey, I acknowledge that there is some stress going on. You don't even have to know what the stress is. Just if your body feels it, if you're questioning it, just say, you know what, I think there's some stress going on. Because acknowledging that you are feeling stress brings you into the moment, brings mindfulness to yourself. Being in the moment means you can just be. Because if you're thinking about the past of the shoulda, woulda, couldas, those cause stress. If you're going into the future of the anxiety and what might be, what might not be, then again, you're in anxiety, not breathing mode. Bring yourself into the present moment and just close your eyes and say, I'm stressed. That's step 1. Feel that relief right then and there. Usually right then and there, the pressure, the release valve starts releasing because your body isn't trying to fight or lie to itself or anybody that it's doing just fine, I'm fine. That takes effort. So it calms that down and just says, hey, I'm stressed. Step 1. So now your mind is acknowledging it. Okay, I'm stressed. Step 2, let your body acknowledge it. So what you're going to do is a body scan. You can close your eyes if you're in a safe spot or somewhere like in your office or at home. Just close your eyes and start from your forehead to the muscles on the way down. So we're going to go through real quick this exercise. Just sit up nice and tall, scan your forehead, feel any tightness, the rest of your face, neck, any shoulder tightness, If there is, just acknowledge it. Any chest tightness, stomach, hips, low back, any leg tightness going on, knee, calves, ankles, and then your arms, any shoulder, bicep, tricep, finger tightness. And if there is, just be aware of it. Most of it, maybe it's in your shoulders. So, okay, my shoulders are tight. That's step 2. Step 1, acknowledging in your mind, you know something is stressing you out. Step 2, where is it stressing you out? Once we discover where, we'll pretend it's in the shoulders for most of us right now. When I get stressed out, it's not only both shoulders, it's my right shoulder tends to hike up. So step 3 is I'm going to be in that moment with that tightness in my body to again create being mindful and in that moment to shut the past and to shut the future thoughts down and letting that part of the body know that it's safe. So you're going to take a deep breath in and then I'm going to exhale into my shoulder and allow it to relax. I'm going to do that again. Inhale, exhale, and release that tightness. That's simple. If there's something going on in that body part, some tightness, it's your nervous system and your body in autopilot tensing what needs to try to protect itself. You don't need to think about or analyze why, this and that. Just breathe into it. Let that tenseness know it's okay to calm and release for a little bit. So now your body is not on hyper stress and hyper awareness drive. So step 1, the brain. Step 2, the body. Step 3, release that part of your body. So now that you're calm and you're mindful, in that mindfulness, ask your question. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is my stress level? You need to be aware of where you are at, because your action steps from that stress level are going to be completely different if you're feeling stress level at a 1 versus if the gasket is about to explode and you're at a 10. Okay, those are 2 different situations. Also, it will catch you before you reach to a 10. If you feel some stress coming on, acknowledge it, breathe into your body, and then start to create action steps that will relieve that pressure, relieve that stress before it gets to a 10. So where am I? In this moment, where am I? So for example's sake, let's say I'm right in the middle, I'm at a 5. I know something's happening, but I'm not quite losing my noggin yet. There's hope. There's hope for me. So, okay, I'm at a 5. What action steps can I take to feel better? So in this case, you don't want your stress levels to go from a 5 to a 6. You want them to go down. So I want to feel better. What action steps can I quickly and simply take that will take my stress level down to a 4? Okay, I can take some deep breaths. I did that. I am feeling like 4.5. I'm not quite there yet. What else helps me feel better? Go for a walk. All right, I'm going to leash Champ up right now. He's looking at me because he heard me say walk, and we're going to go for a walk. Even if we go up, down the stairs real quick, that relieves stress. What's my third thing that makes me feel better? I need to talk to a friend. I need to open up. I need to get this out. I need to just vent to a friend. So I know to relieve my stress, those are 3 options that I have that I know that will make me feel better. Now this step is where you trust your intuition. That's why I ask where you are at. What do you know in a healthy way will help you feel better? Because you know your soul, you know what calms you down. Trust your intuition. Whatever comes to you first that makes you feel better in a healthy way, go with that. Step 5 is to make the time to complete those action steps. If I'm at a 5 or above, or actually any number, if there's any amount of stress that I'm feeling, and I know the 3 action steps, which are to breathe, go for a walk, and talk to a friend, will make me feel better, will make my stress calm down, I am going to make that a priority to make time to do either all 3 actions or just 1. A lot of times I go through these steps with my clients and we're all through how do you feel better, and then when it comes to the action part, it's oh no, I don't have time. But you see, this is the quagmire, because not having time for yourself to go for a walk, to take a breath, to speak to a friend for 5 to 10 minutes are what got me stressed, or what things that may have gotten you stressed in the first place. And so if we don't pressure relieve, if we don't do those self-soothing things to calm us down, then the pressure, now it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we got to do a lot more to-dos to get from a 10 back down than just from a 5 back down. And I know I'm lecturing you and I sound like just Miss Lecturer, but a coach is being a cheerleader and to push you a little bit. Being stressed is not something to like, oh, I'll get around to later. It is a part of your decision making. It is a part of what foods you choose and why. It's a part of what coping skills do you choose and why. It's a lot easier to choose healthy coping skills at a 5 than I'm full blown at a 10 and now I'm just gonna go grab a drink because that's my go-to. Versus here at a 5, okay, I can go for a walk real quick. Now I'm to a 4. So this step 5 is the last step. Make it a priority and stay accountable. You can write what your action steps and when they are right down here in this video. You can call a friend and say, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Hey, I'm going to go for a walk. You want to talk to me? You can get a 2 for 1. Go for a walk with a friend, have your AirPods in, and you get fresh air, you relieve some stress, and then you talk to a friend and start to feel better. Make it a priority to relieve that stress, whatever number you are. All right? So I know those steps will help to get you kinetically moving into these habits. Again, I would love to hear your action steps and what they are going to be. So put in the comments, I am at a 3 on my stress level, and to feel better and to reduce my stress level down to a 2, I'm going to do XYZ. All right, so that's the fun part of the social media is I get to see some of your comments. If you feel like you need one-on-one coaching and you need deeper understanding and your stress levels are at a level of, hey, you need some one-on-one help, my information to schedule a free strategy session is below in the description box. So I hope to hear from you soon, and I will love to see you, and I know I will see you in the next video. Have a good rest of the day.